Everyone is still startled about the substantial alterations or ordeal that compelled people to stay inside and study from home. The COVID-19. A usually busy locus now lies desolate. A usually overwhelmed hallway now holds a handful of provisions to aid everyone affected by the pandemic. This ordeal made us aware of the situation and think how to act.
While we must consider the challenges of this scenario, motivate yourselves to learn about the good aspects that emerge out of this present scenario. This can be applied in general to life and allow us to cope with any negative life conditions.
Although it would be welcoming and thrilling for many to return to school and university, some students may feel nervous and anxious about this possibility. The truth that learners are facing is that going back to school means all is undefined. In the schools, students may be socially distant, divided into smaller classes and not with peers, or nervous about the transmission of the virus. This can cause a lot of tension, anxiety, and impact the mental health of students.
Have changed from the daily essence of jobs, the profits making rate, and also to the current standard education. The concerns, however, is still hardly sturdy behind the people's mind. Can students cope up with said method?
Things have shifted from the everyday standard to which we have become accustomed, and we are now compelled to follow this new universe. Is this being sold to us as the new normal? It's surely not, but it's the only one we've got.
The fact that we live in a third world country is not easy to ignore. Internet access is not as fast here as it is elsewhere in other stuff. If a middle class family fails to keep up with schooling when three siblings all have to attend classes at the same time, all with their own bit of technology and forced to share a shaky internet connection, think of it. How much worse it will be for a lower class family, still struggling to pay for food and water, to afford the internet, the gadgets, or even the necessary textbooks.
About the students having the sticks short end. Teachers are still failing to communicate with their classes, whether technologically savvy or not. To offer coursework to their students, some teacher can hardly access website and imagine a whole class taking places via camera, where because of multiple noises coming from outside the house or the screen continuously flipping on and off, you can hardly hear your lecturer.
Now, we're going to give you some tips and advices on how to cope up with the new standard learning. This might help you or might won't.
Major disruptions and collapses to life over the last few months. And those who have been most affected probably are the students. The reason they have had to deal with are not being able to see friends, adjusting to learning online, and missing out on real-life contact with professors. The perspective of one pandemic student would be significantly different from another. It may have been a fun time or others and traumatic for others.
Encourage colloquies. In resolving stressful circumstances or expressing how they feel, it is crucial to build an atmosphere where students feel that they can open up and share themselves, whether it is for a teacher or between peers.
Establish a schedule. When you are at home, handle your time carefully. Jot down all the duties and order them on the basis of priority. Keep a diary to chart your work at school and to remind yourself on the deadlines ahead. To support your A's this semester, don't miss lessons and still read your modules.
Lastly, recognize what has happened. It is important to understand that all students have had different experiences in recent months. Some students will know less than most, so it will help students emotionally brace to be ready for any shifts that may come by being open and straightforward about what is going on and what will happen at school and university.
Just always remember that we are all in this together.
A society that has been stepping hard on the disadvantaged is now stepping even harder. Yet we hear voices arguing that we should just accept this new normal. But a gentle warning, particularly in this wrenching moment, your normal might be not normal for anyone else.